Hey guys, Will here, and today we're going to be cooking a family classic, spaghetti bolognese. So first thing we're going to do is take your onion and cut off the top. Then take the hairy bits off the bottom. And slice your onion in half, laying it down. Peel off the outer shell, and what I like to do is peel off some of the thinner bits as well so it's less papery once you get your final meal together. Once you've done that, put the onions aside and chuck the bits in the bin that you don't need. So take half of your onion, put it down on your chopping board, and we're going to slice halfway through, but not all the way through so that it's easier to chop. Then cut it into thin slices, no more than ½ centimetre thick. Take the bottom bit and put it to one side, we're not going to be putting that in. If you're going to peel and chop your garlic, top and end it and then peel it so the outer shell is all gone. Then get rid of the shell and chuck that in the bin. Next, put your garlic clove onto your chopping board and press down hard with the side of your knife. This will crush the garlic and make it way easier to chop. Next, slice it into thin strips. Turn it round and then repeat the process so that you've got some small diced pieces of garlic. If you're going to use a garlic crusher, just put your garlic to one side and we're going to use it later. Turn your hob to a medium-high heat and take your pan with a good healthy drizzle of oil. When you can feel that the pan and the oil is heated up, chuck in your onions and give these a stir so that they're all coated nicely. As the onions begin to soften, just give them a tap so that it breaks it all up in the pan. At this point, slide in your sliced garlic, or if you're using a garlic crusher, now's the time to use it. Give that a stir and make sure that the smell of raw garlic is gone before we go on to the next step. Next, add your mince or your substitute and make sure you take off the paper bit. Once your meat's in, break it all up and give it a nice stir, and what we're aiming for here is to get rid of, if you're using pork, get rid of any pink bits, and if you're using beef, get rid of any red bits. If you're using corn or something like that, it's just heating it through. Season it well with salt and pepper. Now we're going to add our chopped tomatoes. Take your can and just chuck it in. Give this a stir and make sure everything is nicely coated. You might need to turn down the heat a bit if stuff is starting to stick. If anything is starting to stick, just chuck in a splash of water. If you've got some mixed herbs, this is a great time to add some, just for a little bit of extra flavour. Give it a stir and let it simmer away for around 5 minutes. Once you've done that, we take our tomato puree and we're going to add 3 healthy dollops. Stir this in and make sure it's well mixed. At this point, turn the heat down to a low heat. You can add some extra stuff like peppers, mushrooms and even carrot just to bulk out the meal and make it even healthier. Whilst that is simmering, get a kettle of boiling water and add it to your second pan. This is going to be for the spaghetti. You can add some salt to the water if you wish. Now with my spaghetti I'm really lazy and I just chop it in half before it's even cooked. Give it a stir to break up all the pieces of spaghetti. Whilst the spaghetti is cooking, make sure that the water doesn't boil over and give your bolognese a stir whilst you're at it. Halfway through, give it a stir to break it all up again. And then you'll know it's ready by the time it's got a slight crunch to it. This is what we call al dente. Once it's ready, drain off the water and add the spaghetti to your bowl. And then top this with a couple of spoonfuls of your bolognese. I had some leftover parmesan, so I'm just adding this to the top. But if you've got cheddar cheese or something else in the fridge, that'll do it. And there you go. As simple as that. An easy peasy spaghetti bolognese for the family with leftovers. Unless you've got a hungry family, then there might not be too much left.
A big thank you to Betty's and Taylor's Family Fund for funding this project and the Two Ridings Community Foundation for administrating it.